Aha.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NUMBSKULLS Book Club. Today, we are going to be discussing the twice dead king, Rain, not Ruin. I have to keep reminding myself which one is which. Today, my name is Ava, and joining me today, as always, is my lovely significant other, Carrie.
Hello.
Hello, Carrie. Hello.
Hello.
And we are joined by our very special guest, Miss Paige, Peach Saliva. Say hello.
Hello today. Hi, excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Of course. We love having you on this show. We love having new people learn about Warhammer and read about funny little skeleton guys. So, for anybody who has not read Twice a King Rain or Ruin, there will be full spoilers going forward in just a second. If you don't care, cool, great. We're here with our live chat over on twitch.tv/numbskulls_live. And what else before we get into it? Oh, right. Hey, I want to let everybody know that includes live chat. If you didn't like the book, that's okay. It's one of my favorite books, but don't let that stop you from being like, I think this was dookie. That's fine. That's okay. We can talk about it. That's the point of these book clubs. All right? Now, spoilers going forward. This is your last chance now. All right, girls. Twice Dead King sorry, God damn it happened again.
Oh no! Right away. That's okay. If you
Whoops.
look at my note page, I started writing infinite and I had to
Oh
cross
my
it out.
God.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
The Twice Dead King, Rain by Nate Crowley. Girls, what do we think of the book?
Do you want to go first, Carrie?
Sure. I mean, I liked it. I think I liked the first book more,
Okay.
but I did enjoy this book as well. That's
Okay.
how I feel.
Okay.
I completely agree.
Okay.
Big, hard, lengthy agree. I loved the first one. This one was very. So Ava, you were not kidding when you were like, it feels like this was written by Michael Bay. There's just a lot of fighty.
There's a lot
which,
going on all the time.
Which, I can't believe there's fighting in my Warhammer 40K Necron novel. But
Yeah.
I love that. Right? I love the fighting. I love how visceral the writing is. His writing is spectacular. But I was like, okay, when are they going to talk and have feelings? I want them
Right.
to chat. I want them to have thoughts and feelings. Like, let's go. And like that was where my core interest lies. And I kind of was like, all right. And I found myself, going like, using hurry up motions with the hands of my mind.
Yeah,
Does that
yeah.
make sense?
Mhm.
You're just going to get on with it. Okay, yes, we know.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on. We know.
Like,
We've been
yeah,
through
you're
this
awesome
before.
and sexy. Let's go.
Yeah, we know.
Covered
we
in
know.
gore.
Yeah, I this is my third or fourth time reading through Ruin and Rain,
Mhm.
and I have a lot of friends who have gotten into these books because I can't shut up about them, and this is not an uncommon opinion to be like, Ruin is awesome and then Rain is kind of polarizing, and it's for a couple reasons that we'll discuss, but I think overall, as a story, I think Ruin is like a better A to B to C plot.
Right.
Rain's a bit weird. And when I first read it, I straight up just didn't like it. I said, I don't know what happened. I feel like this was like I feel like this was supposed to be one book, and I feel like the author split it into two. I don't know why. And then a couple months later, I read through the book again. And when you have the full context of what's going on, especially with things towards the end, rereading it makes you go, oh. And so I would say rereading this book, you get a lot more out of it because you understand more of like the kind of like, I was about to say nonsense, but like when Mentep or the warlock or whatever characters being kind of weird and cryptic with context of what's happening, you go like, oh, that's what they were talking about. I understand, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. So it is not a bad thing to be like, this book was kind of meh, in my opinion. That's totally fine. I just want to fill in the idea that maybe if you reread it, you would like it a little more, which is common with a lot of Warhammer books, frankly, in my opinion.
Yeah, there was definitely a point. Oh, sorry. Where,
no, please,
like, because I was listening to the audiobook, which,
Yeah.
as always, incredible.
Richard Reed, my boy.
The boy. But there was definitely a point where I was like, I just stopped blinking.
Yep.
Because I was like trying to process what was going on.
Yeah.
Same.
There was a lot of
I'm so glad you said that, because I felt so stupid. I was like, why can't I understand anything?
Girls, do not get it twisted. This is a lot of Warhammer novels where they're just going to start talking about some shit, and then you're like, I don't understand what they're talking about. And then you go back and reread it and you go, I think I understand what they're talking about. And then they talk about it a little more in like 4 chapters onward, and you go, I think I understand better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think this book could have maybe been a bit shorter. That's probably the meanest thing I could say about it, is that it could have been a bit shorter, because I think there were some peaks in this book and there were definitely some valleys. And I don't necessarily think that makes it a bad book. I have gone on the record to say that I think the worst Warhammer novel, in my opinion, that I have read personally was a book called Flesh and Steel by I think it's Guy Haley, who I don't think is a bad author. I just particularly didn't like that book. And I think a lot of the same problems I had with that book are in the valleys of Rain, where it's just kind of slow. And I understand when a story is slow, it's trying to like, especially with this book, because you're inside Ultix's head the entire time. And I think a big thing Nate Crowley was trying to do is trying to make you feel how isolated Ultix felt. And I think that's really, really hard to pull off.
Yeah. No, he's such a great writer. I definitely felt his isolation, and watching it grow. I'm sorry, please continue. I have more to say, but I will wait. I will wait.
No, like
it's tied to something else.
Yeah, it's just I think if the book was shorter, it could alleviate that a bit. But that's like the biggest critique I could possibly say. There is another one that's kind of like, it's just one of those like Warhammer things, but that's like a further plot thing. It involves the Ghost Wind and the threat following them into it, and that's a. I'll talk about it more when we discuss that bit. But yeah, so overall, I think we agree that Ruin is like a better story overall.
A standalone book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think I talked to a friend of mine about Rain years ago, and I said it kind of feels a bit Shakespearean in the Ultix is king, and he's so fucking paranoid.
Yeah, there's very much like a Greek tragedy essence going on.
Oh, especially with like Duamet.
Yeah, but it's like where he's got like a fatal flaw.
Yeah, and it's that he's 18 forever.
Imagine. Horrible.
Awful.
Yeah,
terrible.
no thanks.
Nope.
But yeah, I mean, but like also like when you're watching Greek tragedies, like you're meant to be uncomfortable at points because you're meant to experience catharsis through these characters. But of course, that doesn't always lead to like you feeling good in the moment. It's just it's meant to make you think and kind of reel with him. But man, I missed his other minds.
I really did too.
Yeah,
I really missed them.
The submines / the Scarab now. I personally think that them not being there and like Jaceres being gone, like you feel how alone he is. But I think like you can still get that across while also just like kind of not spending so much time on it, personally speaking.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And maybe I should try to connect this later, but I want to ask now. Do we think that his paranoia was that just is that the early part of the curse though? Was that it beginning to manifest, or was he just truly super overwhelmed by being king, and it's like, oh God, I have to put on this role and this mask of what my father or what Unas and what everybody before me was doing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I think it's more the latter than the curse, because the biggest thing, because we left off with Ruin, where Ultix was told by his brother, hey, you need to be the change, you need to do your own thing. And Ultix has never ruled before. He's never had the training to rule before. Really.
Right.
And when he suddenly is thrust into power and he has lost literally everything, it's been ripped away from him. He's trying to basically emulate what he feels is what a king is supposed to be, rather than who he truly is, which is one of the themes in this book. Is like the point of Jacaerys saying all of that to Ultix is because Ultix being himself is the key to the Ithacus dynasty surviving.
Right.
But this entire book, well, not this entire book, but a lot of this book is Ultix going, no, I have to be someone who I am not.
Right.
And he only finds salvation and truly becomes king once literally that part of him dies.
Yeah. So I'm going through my notes.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But like there were so many seeds of like paranoia and just like straight up being wrong, because you had like, I mean, Ultix has had Lysaikor in his court for a long time, and I feel that was a big influence perhaps on his psyche of like, anybody can betray me, because Lysaikor, in the first novel, Ultix straight up says like, oh, he's gonna betray me, it's just a matter of when.
Right.
And Lysaikor is like, yeah, obviously, like yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Listen,
like,
and I love him for his honesty.
He gives it to you straight and just goes,
honest
listen,
deception. It's beautiful.
Listen, I have an army of Canoptics. Don't worry about it.
It'll be fine.
Where did that ship go? Don't worry about that.
Who knows?
You don't need to worry about that, my king. Listen, do you want that guy to die? He was saying some shit about you. I could just take care of it, honestly.
Yeah, Lysaikor's awesome.
Lysaikor's awesome. He's so fucking weird. He's a little freak, and I love him. But you see this paranoia really come to a head with Duamet, his childhood friend, and she, you know, I think it's really well written, because you're with Ultix where she goes like, I'm going to do a noble sacrifice where I hold off the humans while you guys escape. And in that moment with Ultix, with the context that you as the reader and Ultix have, you're going, that bastard is trying to like have the people go over to her side, and she's trying to sabotage me. This is bullshit. And then, you know, they do the duel. And there's something about the duel that I want to talk about. And it's the body horror element that I absolutely adore. But, you know, we come to find later that Duamet was doing that for the reasons that she said. Like, it wasn't a betrayal. It was because she was like, no, I will just go kill myself so that the dynasty can live on. And that's she
was a true believer.
She was. And it's just, Ultix was so fucking paranoid that he couldn't see it. Because the moment he became king, he was just like, oh fuck, everybody's gonna try to kill me because everybody thinks what I'm doing is wrong. Everybody wants to kill me. And it just, and him being alone, him not having his subminds, I think just makes it so much worse.
Yeah. Because aren't they wasn't at least one of them, or maybe all of them, were based off sort of kind of Joceris? Or is there one of them that's based off of?
I think one of them was based off Joceris, or like
Okay.
the teachings of Joceris.
Right. Yes. Okay.
But I think if he had the Scarab or even the Submine still installed within him, I think he would be a little more mellowed out.
Yeah.
Because he could just be like, Submines, what do you think? They're like, she's probably legit. I don't know.
She's
You
probably
need your little
fine.
sidekick.
I mean, the Scarab did show up periodically, but I tried to pay attention to the Scarab's comings and goings this time reading because like it doesn't show up all that often. And there's like one scene in particular, and I think it's when he's doing the like getting rid of all the flayed ones. And the Scarab like shows up, and I think it's Ultix makes a note of it, or the Scarab itself makes a note of it, where they go like, "We're kind of scared of you, dude. You kind of freak us out." And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't changed."
Right.
Covered in blood.
Right.
Like
Covered in blood. It's fine. This is
Covered in
normal.
blood. My jaw was ripped off. My jaw's on the floor. My jaw has been
My
shattered.
eyes. Yeah. Eyes gone. It's fine.
I love how the body horror is written in this fucking book. It's so good.
It is. It's very good.
Oh.
Has he written anything else? Sorry, that's tangent, but has he written anything other than these two? What else is he?
Nate Crowley?
Yeah.
Let me double check. Let's see here. Books by
'Cause
Nate Crowley.
I really like the way he writes in general.
He wrote the novella Severed, which I love. He wrote Gazkul Thraka, Prophet of the Wa, which is an orc book that
cool.
I've heard nothing but great things from. The Enemy of My Enemy, which is another orc thing. Some short stories relating to Space Marines, some Tyranid stuff. Wrote, I guess, part of a short story collection for Age of Sigmar. What did he write here? Mad Dog. Nope, never mind. It was it was a 40K story inside of an AOS cover. That's very interesting. So yeah, a lot, like mostly 40K stuff, mostly relating to like the big hitters like orcs, space marines, necrons.
it feels like it would be so jarring to go from Necrons to orcs. Just 'cause
Yeah,
they
yeah.
think so differently.
Yeah. I haven't read Crowley's works for orc stuff yet, but I've heard like literally nothing but great things. Because he goes a lot into the orc psychology and how do they process things, because orcs are weird. They've always been weird. Like they don't die like normal people. They they're like mushrooms, and when they die their souls don't go into like the warp or whatever. They go into the big green, and then they get like reincarnated over and over again, but based on your reincarnation.
Do they remember their past lives?
One of them does. He's a little goblin named Makari.
Oh yeah, he's messed up. Right?
Yeah.
He's
like in game when you run Gazkul, he has a banner waver named Makari, and if I think what it is like Makari can take a mortal blow for Gazkul, but then you remove Makari from the board.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I think there are like moments where Makari can actually choose whether or not he wants to resurrect because he's mad at Gazkul, so he just doesn't for a while.
Oh, that's cool.
But anyway, like I've heard great things about Crowley's orc novels, and I really am interested in reading them. I have a buddy of mine who's like the biggest orc fan I know, and like every so often he texts me and he's like, you haven't done a book club on an orc book yet.
Oh, well, that might be fun because I like the orcs, but I'm obviously I'm very interested in the Necrons, but like they're
hot, like. Yeah.
There's like you should I like leaned into the mic. I was like, I would. What is the book called again? The Prophet of the
Gazkul Thraka, Prophet of Dawa.
Gazgul.
I will type it in.
Yes, please.
The chat.
Excellent, thank you. Sorry for the tangent. I was just curious.
No, all good. Like absolutely. Like it's Crowley is one of my favorite 40K authors. Period. Like I absolutely adore how he writes things. But anyway, back to Ultix and his antics.
Yeah.
Ultix's antics. How did you feel in going back to the topic of Ultix and his personality, kind of like him trying to be like a guy that is pretending to be a guy that he's not? There's like one foil that he has throughout the entire book. Well, not the entire book, but for a majority of the book, and that's Yenneck. Yenneck is like the guy that grounds him. And like, even if he's acting like a king or what he thinks a king should be, every conversation he has with Yenneck, he's like, oh, well, I'm the king. And Yenneck's like, yeah, for sure. But also, I'm talking to Ultix right now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you didn't like change. Like, you basically.
It was a.
Sorry,
go ahead. No, please. Oh well, I just really liked how I liked the intimacy of their relationship. I liked because you don't get to see that, right? You don't get to see that too often with these guys, and so that was really lovely, especially toward the end. Sorry to jump ahead, but I loved, the like Ultix thinks he's betraying him, but he actually betrays Yenneck, and and then at the end when he's tapping on his torso and he just doesn't even need around. He doesn't even need to turn around. Then I was like, oh, that's so romantic. But he knows it's him, and there he is.
Eating a meal with my best bro, 5 feet apart. We're not gay.
Not gay.
Not gay, bro.
And, in this gay wrath month. Yes. But so I loved the reconciliation between them as well. It was very sweet and beautiful, and I wish I would have written down some quotes. I'm looking at my notes, and it's just like sweet and beautiful, intimate love.
Yes. I think the theme of this book is reflected with Ultix and Yenneck's relationship of just acceptance and change. Because when Ultix hears Jacaerys goes, "You need to change," Ultix does the wrong change, where he goes, "Well, I need to be more like a king." Where Yenneck is sort of the other, like the. Not a devil angel on your shoulder, but like the two sides, where Yenneck's like, no, you should be yourself. And part of that is accept that you have the curse.
Right. Accept the shadowy parts of yourself.
Yes. Because only then will you be yourself. You'll be a good king.
Yeah, you'll be whole. Because
Ultix, let's be real, you're not a good king.
Well, and I wonder if that's partly what Jacaerys meant, because in changing who you are, what you need to change is that you don't believe in yourself.
Yes.
As you are.
Yeah.
Which is convoluted, but...
A lot of this book is a little convoluted.
I was waiting for Jacaerys to appear in the stars and be like, my brother.
Yes, remember. Yes.
Speaking of things in the stars, how did you feel about the ghost?
Okay,
Ship's
at one
haunted.
point, Ava came in and was like, how's the book going? And I just looked at him and I was like, Ship's haunted.
Ship's haunted.
Ship's really haunted.
That was spooky.
We didn't tell it to go to the Bone Kingdom. It just did that.
Yes, I like that reveal that Yenneck's like, yeah, no, I was talking to it. And then later he's like, just kidding, I lied again.
I lied because I didn't know how to tell you that I'd have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Because I was like, wow, he could just talk to ships. Okay, that's fine. But then I liked it so much more that like, oh, the ship is just like doing its own thing. I'm like, that's so cool.
Ship's haunted.
Also, that's scary. Like, imagine you're just like in a self-driving car and it just starts going somewhere.
God.
Like, ooh, we're going to Arby's. Like, that's all. No. I'm so scared.
No, Yenneck and Ultix's relationship is just like it's beautifully written, and like it's just so well done with the themes of acceptance and just like, yo, be yourself. But I feel on the one hand you have like the reason why Ultix doesn't change is because he's scared. He's terrified.
Yes.
Because especially after his experience with his father, like the ghost that he sees, what we find out is him. The figure with no jaw, wearing gold, a mask of bone, one eye. We find out that that's Ultix. It's him.
Yeah.
And at first he thinks it's Unas. He thinks it's his dad. And I feel the reason he doesn't change for so long is because he's like, I will not be like my father. And that's why he's so terrified of the Flayer curse. He's so scared of it. When he and Mentep, when he discovers Mentep has the flesh pit, he's got a little flesh pit.
He's like, what is that?
Don't we all?
Don't we all? He goes into Mentep's flesh pit.
Whoa.
Oh. And, I mean, that's when Mentep sort of exits our story after Ultix
such a bummer.
Slices him in half. Yeah. Mentep's an interesting character because we don't fully find out what his deal was, but that's sort of the point, is that we don't know the horrors that he has committed, that he is like repenting for, that he has abandoned his memories for. But there is a bit of a kind of hopeful in that, like, an aspect of Mentep still lives in Zot, his pet Canoptic.
Yeah.
And now Zot and the little scarab are going to go on little space adventures.
Well, the little echoes of other people, like in the sense that the scarab is a little piece of Ultix. Yeah.
Ultix and Mentep
still
going
friends.
on little adventures.
Yeah. Oh, it's like the Junior, like Muppet babies, but it's like Cryptek babies.
Oh,
Necron babies. Necron babies.
Off into the sunset.
Beautiful.
So I want to ask this because I didn't ask this in the first part because it wasn't as relevant. But in this one, it's far more relevant. A lot of people, because again, I can't shut up about these books. A lot of people in our community, which is like a lot of queer folk, of course, because hello, we're
we gay.
Hey.
A lot of people have come to me in this community and have gone like, "Oh, I see the allegory." Of like, I've had people come to me and be like, it's about being in the closet, it's about being trans, or just like being othered in general, and like trying to reject that. But Ultix only finds happiness when he finally accepts, no, that is me.
Yeah, I did get that sense, and I liked. How do I put this? So he's. Sorry, I'm also going over my notes. The fact that he refuses to accept the flayed ones. No. Like, he can't accept them because if he accepts them, then he has to accept his own, what he perceives as shameful qualities or monstrous qualities, right? And I think he subconsciously knows. He knows he either has or will succumb to this as well. And so it's just like watching someone be like, I fucking hate rainbows and the color pink. That's gay. I would not me. While they silently like are looking at guy butts and then going, no guy butts. Like, you know what I'm trying to say?
You're trying to repress it because you have been taught, whether by yourself or by others, that that's bad and you don't want to aspire to be that. But then like
the acceptable qualities, like what society, what high society deems acceptable in society, right? Like the qualities. So like sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
But like a lot of particularly trans media as well does body dysmorphia by showing you body horror, which these books are fucking full of.
Yes,
oh my god.
True.
Especially like again the jaw scene where Duhamel slices off, or I think she punches. She does something to Ultix's jaw and it's like broken, and he immediately like starts going, my jaw's on the floor. I don't have a fucking mouth. Oh my god. Like that.
Yeah, he panics.
I've had a lot of people approach me going like, that is sometimes what my dysphoria feels like.
And it's interesting.
And it doesn't have to be just like a LGBTQ thing, but it could also be like disabled folk as well. Like
like a phantom limb syndrome.
Absolutely. But like I think in a way, like, if we had to do an umbrella term, it's just like kind of being othered in general. And Ultix is so scared of being the other that he is he'll go so far not just reject it, but to hate it and to round up anybody who fits it and launch them off a ship.
The lady doth protest too much.
Yes. Yeah, in chat, Twice Said King is insane if you reread it and you know the whole deal with Ultix. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you reread these books knowing that, like, he is a flayed one, like, he has the curse the entire time, like, it changes the context of so much. And
what I love also... Oh, sorry. No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, this is, I kind of laughed out loud, like not in like a haha, this is dumb kind of way, but in just like it was just so funny to me. So I also saw a lot of like queer allegory and metaphor in this, right? But like what I thought was so funny, and I was like, oh, I think, yeah, he's totally like a flayed one, etc.
Yeah.
But at the end, I can't remember who, I think it's Packet, who I fucking love, and we'll get into that, but like, because I love her. Someone was like, and he was like, "Oh, you've had it the whole time," and he's like, "I have." Well, who knows? And they're like, everyone, my king, everybody knew, everybody knew you were gay. Even you knew. Like, and that's why I laughed, because I'm like, everybody knew you were gay. And I was just like, oh man. And he's just like, everyone knew but me. And I just laughed that like, and then I think it is Packet, because Packet says, I wish I wrote down these quotes. So I'm gonna butcher this, but she says something.
I taught you how to use the glaive.
Well, yeah, that part was cool, but it's the part where she's like, I love that she's like his former instructor the whole fucking time. But
yeah, it's so
there's a part where she's like, oh yeah, no, my liege, we all knew you were gay the whole time. But it was, and he's like, well, why did you say anything or do anything or whatever? And she's like, well, it's not our job. Our job was to protect the king's body. It's the king's burden to take care of his own mind. And it was just like, whoa.
Yeah. We can only protect you so much from what's going on inside your own head.
Right.
And considering Necrons are a little woohoo if they wake up wrong, like.
Although I don't understand. Therapist scarab. but I don't understand. Like, I do have some questions.
Yes,
like, why didn't they go, well, as you know, King, you are definitely a flayed one, or whatever, however. And it's just like, well, why not just simply spell it out for him? He clearly is definitely flayed up as shit. Why not tell this guy? Come on, poor Ultix.
I feel that's more of just like are you making a claim on the king? And then he would just probably have you executed.
Okay, you're right.
Because even if like the symptoms got to a point where like, a chatter just said he's in mad denial, he won't hear it. Yeah, he had to literally be shown, no, you are a flayed one. You are what you hate the most.
Right.
And I think just like him, it's not enough to just tell him, he has to accept it, which is why he has to die in order to come around and be like, oh yeah, huh,
I do like eating flesh. Who knew? Delicious.
Sucking dick.
Sucking dick. Delicious. I love the accents he gives them. They're unbelievable. It's so good.
Bro comes up with like 75 different voices.
Yes.
Yeah, really impressive.
So let's transition to talking about, okay, there were a shit ton of characters in this book.
Holy.
There are lot of characters. So,
yes.
What was your favorite character, or like what were some like standout moments from characters that you were like, this is awesome?
For me, it was Packet. Oh, sorry.
Packet is fucking great. I love Packet. I love her.
Like, at first... Yeah, go ahead.
Because she doesn't say anything, but she's always there.
Yeah, doing cool shit.
Yeah.
Being hot and doing cool shit.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Got a big-ass shield. Fucking sword.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think she at some point she does like a Tokyo drift across the floor for some reason. So I was like, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, she's one of Ultix's Lich Guard, like his personal bodyguard, and like she only talks at the very end. And it's just one of those moments where Ultix kind of realizes how much he fucked up and like kind of how much he took his own people for granted. And especially after he has like sent so many of them to die or like just jettison them off into a fucking exile. And so like it's like Packet talking to him and being like, not only am I like your closest ally, I'm your bodyguard, you also don't remember who I am.
Yeah.
And like, damn, that kind of hurts.
Which was very much like a Jacaerys like reflection.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
And then she's like, I taught you how to use the glaive. And Ultix is like, oh, that's why I'm so good with it. She's like, you fucking suck. What are you talking about?
I love that.
You're terrible.
My favorite thing is when she's like, and you are so good. And he's like, oh, you think I'm good? No, not at fighting. You fucking suck. But you are a good person. And he was like,
you're a good person deep down.
Yeah, that made me laugh out loud.
Oh,
like, I mourn that Packet. I'm grateful for, but I mourn the fact that Packet didn't talk. Throughout the novel, because she had the best shit to say. I think. But I'm also glad because I think that made it so much more potent.
Oh yeah.
Like every sentence she said was either really funny or was a revelation for us or Ultix or just some beautiful poetry. That she was my favorite, and that was probably my favorite scene.
Yeah, the conversation between Packet and Ultix is, I think it's like one of the most important scenes in the novel. It's incredible. Yeah. My favorite minor character, because I want to talk about my main boy in a minute.
Yeah.
NUMBSKULLS is great. I loved her so much. She was the Obdabek engineer who was trying to fix the engines, and then like an hour, like hours would go by, and Ultix would call her and be like, NUMBSKULLS, what's the status? And she's just like, broken.
Yeah.
And he's like, can you fix it? No. We need it fixed. Can't.
Can I tell you, I normally like to read books, but I've given in to audiobooks with these because Robert Rath does such a beautiful job with the voices, right? And it's so fun. And I can drive. Right. And I can drive while I'm listening. And I was driving my car and I can't remember. I think it was Duamet. And they're like, Duamet. Yes. She, blah, blah, blah. And I went and I had to pull over. I pulled over and I'm like, what do you mean there's a woman in my gay Warhammer robot? Get the fuck out of here. Boo. A woman? Bleh. No, but I was so shocked. I pulled over and I was like, what? Because I was on a bumpy road and I pulled over and I had to go back and be like, what did he say, she, or am I losing it? And I was like, what? Because like I don't think there was a female Necron in the previous novel.
No, there was not.
And so I was just like, what? So it kind of like blew my mind for some reason. I mean, and I thought that was so funny, but it was great because I love these female characters. They're really silly.
I have such a minor little tangent because like that reaction is, I want to focus on that exact reaction because the amount of times that Carrie and I have on the podcast talked about like, man, it'd be nice if there were more like femme representation in Warhammer, whether it be like book characters or whatever, and then like some fucking asshole will come in and be like, what about this one character who shows up once in like a paragraph from 19-2? And I'm like,
oh right, yeah,
what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is not to say
iconic character, one sentence in a novel.
Yes,
like bondage woman.
Not
from many fanfics about her.
Not to say there are not like amazing female protagonists within Warhammer as a whole. Like one of my favorite characters in all of Warhammer is a lady named Valkia the Bloody, and she has her own novel, and she's great, and I love her. And there are plenty of 40k characters or 40k novels that follow women going around their own journeys. That's absolutely the case. But like my thing that I want to get through people's heads is that it's the ratio. It's the ratio that needs to be a little more 50-50. You know what I mean? Like I have people telling me like, well, look at Sisters of Battle. And I'm like, yeah, but Sisters of Battle, but what if you don't give a fuck about Sisters of Battle? Like, what if you don't give a shit? Which is like
right.
There was a recent Necron book that came out called Tomb World that the main character is a lady, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, great,
Excellent.
awesome, fantastic.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Tomb World, I think was the novel.
Tomb World. Is that Necron?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. The Tomb World. Let me see. Tomb World.
Is it Tomb World? One second, I'm just looking it up right now. Yes, it is. It's by Jonathan D. Beer. I'll put the book in our Discord
Listen,
chat.
what were we saying earlier? Something beer and pussy. What was it? What was I hooting and hollering about? I was hollering about something.
Pussy beer, pussy. Whoa.
What was? Oh, damn! I can't remember what I was saying. But anyway, but yeah, the beer. that I was talking about this novel, obviously.
It's got the scales of justice. What's going on?
According to chat, Nate Crowley said GW hadn't decided if female Necrons existed till the second book, which is why there is none in one.
Oh.
Interesting.
Oh, cool. Huh.
Interesting. Because, like, I mean, it's a bit weird because, like, Necrons, to put it bluntly, are, like, genderless. Like, they don't have sexual reproductive organs. Like,
Right.
they don't have sex. They only have gender, which is why, like, very small thing. It's a single sentence, but I love it so much in this book to just emphasize, like, yeah, this shit doesn't fucking matter, man. It ain't that big a deal. Where Ultix is talking to Zoltanek, and Zoltanek's like, oh yes, the Obdobek matriarch and blah blah blah, and Ultix goes, I thought they had a patriarch. He goes, no, that changed. Oh, okay, and then they just move on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like there is a sentence somewhere in the first novel, or maybe I made this up. Maybe you can tell me. Where it's like it talks about how like there's no like females are allowed to be warrior class. There's no like ladies can't be warriors or anything like that. They're pretty equal on the battlefield. Is that the case, or is that something I've sucked up from something else that's sci-fi?
I think
I'm playing a lot of Mass Effect right now, so
no.
so my lore's all mixed up.
I get you. I think because like Packet has always been a lady.
Right.
But I think I think that was like more of a commentary on like how much like mental capacity that warriors have depending on their rank. So like basic Necron warrior, not much going on inside their noggin. But that comes into question with things like that Jaceres does, where he like takes his immortals, which are higher rank than warriors. But like the idea that do these Necrons, are they actually mindless, or do they just not speak out of like they can't? Is it sort of like they're programmed to not speak, but they have a fully functioning mind? And both novels kind of like call that into question a bit, especially with Packet, because Packet, again, doesn't talk for all 2 books, and then suddenly at the end she's like, well, I'm dying, so
She's like, yo, what up? You're gay, and also we knew.
we knew.
We knew you were gay. Oh, bless her.
Yeah, but I think like I think it's a good decision that like GW has just gone like with they're fucking robots. Like, come on.
I can't
it don't
imagine
matter
that they would have just been like, no women at biotransference. Like, I feel like we would have
Get
heard
out.
about that.
Right.
The Star Gods are going, ugh.
Ugh, they got too many
You
feelings.
Yucky. No girls allowed.
There is a minor character who's mentioned once in like a paragraph from like 5th edition. She's mentioned once. She's like a Necron lord. I think she's called like the Queen of Oblivion or something. And that's all the information we have on her, is that's her name.
Damn.
Googling that. Queen of Oblivion.
I believe
All right.
that's her name. But again, like there's no like model, there's no like really any information past like she's a really powerful Necron lord, and that's about
Is
it.
it Zunbakir?
Yeah, that's the one.
Cool.
Yeah, it's
Fist
a
of
really
the
cool
Silent
name.
King. That's hot. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Pandora in chat says no model until you make one yourself. That's true. That's damn true. There's a lot of we've mentioned Lysaikor and how weird he is. We talked about Yenneck and how like his story with Ultix. It's so intertwined that like you can't really talk about Ultix without talking about Yenneck.
Right.
How'd you feel about how Neth went out?
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember. I think he goes out in a blaze of glory, doesn't he?
Yeah, he So when
Yes.
they go onto the human ship, he's like they're pinned, and so what Neth does is he goes like, "My king, stay here."
Yes,
And-
now I remember.
And he stands up and like just tanks all of it as he like just gets fucking melted.
Yeah,
and that allows
he
Ultix to
says-
move up.
Yeah, he says something really cool. He says something badass and awesome, and then he gets up, and yeah, he's totally like just wiped out. But the mist from his destruction is able to obscure Ultix enough to like go ahead.
Yep.
Is that like that is so
Yep.
fucking radical
That's
that he's
so
like
awesome.
he's like my the mist from my obliteration will cloak my king. That's so fucking
so
hot and
fucking
cool. Awesome. So fucking badass. I love that.
We had the Red Marshal Baraka, and like some interesting flashbacks with Baraka as well, where like there was a moment where we got a bit of a flashback of right before biotransference of Baraka was the one who dragged Ultix to biotransference.
Right.
And like that's a bit interesting because that kind of changes their dynamic a bit, because Baraka doesn't like mention it or whatever, but then like we see Baraka basically when the Space Marines show up, Baraka's like, finally a worthy opponent, and then like he grabs that one Angels in Carmine and just like smashes his head against a pillar like 86 times, and like until his helmet's paste, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I can't remember what happens to them. I think they get sent off for like weight distribution. I think that's what happens to them. Or they get like launched to like distract the enemy, and they go out and like how they usually go out, which is they're destroyers. They want to just kill, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, he
exactly
let
what
go
happened.
a ton of people for the weight that weight distribution.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. Oh,
Oh,
thank you,
that
chat.
was-
They launch themselves at the Space Marine ship. Yeah.
Cool.
The destroyers get in there and just like, all right, it's go time.
Wish I had the confidence and the self-determination and the drive to launch myself at a Space Marine ship. Do you know what I'm saying? But like applying that to reality.
Yeah.
You know, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In a positive way.
Get that like lock-in mentality. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Good for them. And good for them.
Good for them. I want to talk about. Well, no, I don't want to talk about that just yet because that's like plot stuff. I do want to talk about my boy Zoltanek. I love Zoltanek.
Oh my god, there's so many
much.
characters. Remind me which one Zoltanek is.
Zoltanek is
Which one
the
that?
prince of the Obdobek dynasty, and he's the one who has like Lichguard that have warhammers instead of scythes. And he's the one who talks in like the third person. So he goes like, "Does Zoltanek think that Ultix King is foolish? Yes. But does he think he is wrong? No."
Okay, you just sound like Robert Rath. That's
I'm
crazy.
sorry.
Okay, no, that's incredible. Like my ears perked up. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Okay. I don't remember. I don't remember him. That's so crazy.
He was buddies with Jaciris, and so a lot of the book is him like going up to Ultix and going like, "This, hey, here's what Jaciris would do, but that's great. What would you do though?"
Oh, he was the one who he had succumbed to the curse, but like there was almost no Oh, that's right. There was almost no visible
No, that was Parag.
like flare. Oh, okay. I thought that was okay.
That was the guy who
gosh.
replaced Yannick. Zoltanek was he was Nebeshkin's boss. He was Copperclad.
Okay. Oh my god, that's okay. That was a great line between them when he's like, "Okay, gold one, whatever, Copperclad." I'm like, are they insulting each other? What is this? I loved it.
No, they had a great Zoltanek like gives like very big like uncle energy, because like Jaciris is kind of like almost like not just a brother figure but also like a father figure to Ultix because Unes sucked. And Zoltanek gives like big uncle energy because he's just fucking huge and is just like, "Hey Ultix, listen, I know you're kind of like pacing around the deck, and that's freaking everybody out. Come with me. We're gonna get in our fighters and just go shoot some fucking Imperials. Let's go.
Aww. Family activities.
Yeah, no, I think the Obdebek dynasty is really cool. I love Zoltanek a lot. I just think he's just a fun, like, whenever he shows up, it's sort of like he figuratively lights up the room. And he's also the one who is like most often to just speak his mind. And I really appreciate that when you're dealing with like a book that is so heavy with politicking as this kind of is. And so him able to just like show up and be like, this is stupid.
You need the loud American. He was the loud American.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Shout out to Zoltanek swearing to hunt down Lysaikor at the end of the book. Yep. Because Lysaikor eventually betrays everybody and is like, I'm just going to take this ship and leave. And in leaving, Zoltanek is like, Old Dick's king. I will go get him. And then they leave.
I loved the little voicemail he left though. and then he had the gall. Lysaikor had the gall to be like, and I'm really sad about it too. But and then Oltix is like, oh my god, he's like being sincere. That's so weird.
I thought I would kill you, and I didn't do that. And like, you know what? I'm kind of sad to go. Like, I kind of liked you. Would have
loved to have betrayed you.
Would have loved to do that. However,
loved it.
Anyway, I'm going to take my army of Canoptics and this ship that I didn't give back to you.
Bye.
For a minute, I thought that was the ship that went into the sun, and I was like, "Whoa, bad path, bro."
Right? Oh man. Whoops.
Let's talk about a weirder character, the Warlock.
Yeah, what was with him?
Yeah.
What the hell is Ghost Wind?
Okay. Okay. I know a little bit about Warhammer. Ghost Wind.
My husband lets out a Ghost Wind every now and then. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Woo, hey, we pee you.
The Warlock. I know a thing or two about Warhammer. I don't know what the fuck that thing is.
Okay. So
we get from Mentep and Oltix talking to this guy, this thing, not even a guy. And it basically, it tells them about the Ghost Wind, tells them like, oh, if you want salvation, you'll do this, and is like just dropping cryptic shit. Seems to have some sort of just control. Like, it's sort of an eldritch monster.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ultix sees like its core and it's like a star. And he's like, what the fuck is that? And oh my god.
So it's not a Necron.
It was
a Necron?
It was a Necron at some point, and now the implication I got is that it is now the entire planet. Because when Ultix leaves, he looks back and sees lights, and he's like, that looks like communication. Weird. And then they leave.
Huh.
Weird. Don't like the Warlock. It creeps me out. Shows up and is like, oh, look at this guy that betrayed me. And it's like, ah! And he's like, anyway. And he just pulls it back into like the fucking lava. Ugh.
What I really like, because sometimes when I read books or watch shows, they over explain the world building, or they over explain
the monster suddenly is not scary because I know exactly what it is.
Exactly. And that's not scary. It's like at the end of Signs when it's like, okay, it's a little bit spooky, and then they show the guy and it's like, you kidding me? Get the fuck out of here, spray some water and get out. Swing away or whatever,
Ew.
right? And so what I love about these books is that, or what I love about Warhammer also, is that there's a lot of mystery, and I'm oddly okay with that. Normally, I do like to know quite a bit about what's going on, but I don't mind being a little bit like, oh, spooky eldritch guy. Don't know why. Could be a whole planet. I don't know.
There's some weird guy.
Maybe it's gross. Planet's haunted.
Yeah.
Ship's haunted.
It makes sense considering like how vast
Yes.
Warhammer is. Like you.
Right.
I mean, there's a planet out there that's just a guy.
Oh yeah, it's another one now.
Yeah.
They should meet.
Real. Oh my god.
Maybe they'll get along.
There's like a chaos planet that it was a guy who was like gluttonous, and so he like grew to so large that he became a planet. And there's like, it's gross, but there's like
It's awesome.
there's like chaos guys that like live inside of his skin pores and stuff. It's gross. It's really gross and weird.
Oh, to be
awesome.
a bacterium.
It's like cool from like a horror angle, but like ugh.
Oh my god, it's like being us because we have mites that live in our skin.
Yeah.
That's true.
Isn't that? Oh, sorry to bring that up. Those of you who don't like to think about that. Ugh.
No, but like that is what it is, and it's gross and weird.
I saw a dermatologist recently on Instagram that
Right.
she has little
Yeah.
plushies of those little skin mites.
Oh.
And I was like,
They
"They're
are
so
cute. They are super cute. That's fun.
Yeah, the warlock is very weird. But that's how we find out about the ghost wind and the ghost wind. Okay.
Right.
The ghost wind, the ghost wind, the ghost
Yeah.
wind.
What's up, Ghost
Let's
Wind?
talk about the ghost wind. All right.
Wait, can we quickly touch on Dennis?
Oh, Dennett!
I like calling him
Dennis!
Dennis. Bro finally got to do it.
He fucking did it.
I was proud of
I
him.
had a feeling they would not introduce a character as charming as this and not let him release his monolith. Like,
Just
let him have it.
that moment where Ultix is like going about his like what is essentially his victory lap, and he just looks over and it's like, he fucking did it. After all this time, he remembered the codes and he did it.
Bro LB3.
He did it.
Finally.
Yes. Oh, great moment. Incredible moment.
Oh.
Okay, the ghost wind. Girls, did you understand what the ghost wind was?
That's the way in which the flayed ones are able to travel
Yes.
betwixt, like, not timelines, you know what I'm saying, right?
Like realities?
Yes.
Yeah, like, okay, yeah.
So from what I'm trying to visualize it, because we have like real space, right, on the top, and then under that we have the warp, which is how humanity like fast travels and whatever. But the warp is also like hell, so that's where like chaos lives. And then like I kind of visualize it as that there is like a thin, like 1 pixel line, and that's the ghost wind, and it's somewhere in the middle of those. And yeah, it is what the flayed ones use in order to, because in game they can teleport, and the idea is that they just teleport, and they're always in the shadows, and it's fucking creepy. There's click clacking all over the place.
I was waiting for a chapter in Flayed One.
Tink, 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 tink,
Yeah.
tink, scratch, scratch, scratch.
I was like, please.
Yes.
Let's have this book end with him going full Flayed One, and he's just like,
So the ghost wind is also okay. A lot of people that I've talked to, a lot of my pals, do not like that once the Ithacus dynasty gets into the ghost wind, the Imperium soon follows after. They do not like that because they're like, that doesn't make sense. Now, on the one hand, we are working with like space magic. On the other hand, I'm giving it some leeway because at the end of the day, this is a Warhammer novel.
Right.
I don't necessarily need like an answer for everything. I remember describing it to my friend once. It was like, narratively, the Ithacus dynasty is like, they're like living through a nightmare. Like they are horrified. And what's the worst thing that could happen? Oh fuck, the Imperium followed us. Oh shit. But we also get a kind of understanding of how they did that because we get the reveal that they're chasing the gold.
right. They've got a beacon.
Yeah, that was awesome.
That's such a cool fucking reveal. It's so
I love that
good.
the mask with which Ultix wears on his
Yes.
body to make him feel like a king, or normal, or not normal, but, you know, higher than he perceives himself to be, is what is causing their demise.
Yeah.
The mask he wears,
Yeah.
essentially. I love that.
It's so fucking
Ugh.
good. Because like we get so much foreshadowing into it too, because like Yannick is looking at like the pool of gold when they melt it down, and Yannick's like, can you believe that there's like human bones inside of it? That's crazy. What the hell? And Ultich's like, yeah, that's weird. Anyway, let's coat this shit on me. And then he like chooses to keep the scratches and like the no jaw, and it's like, oh fuck, like that's
Bro's like, turn on the pain nodes.
I need it.
He's a moody teenager.
Oh yeah, he leaves on the pain nodes. Come on,
I gotta feel it.
I love that. Like as he like slices his what necrodermis or whatever. Come on, man. Jeez,
it hurts so good.
Oh Lord,
he's listening to like Linkin Park.
Oh
and, like,
yeah.
Shut up, Dad. Jaceres.
But then like the fucking the reveal. It's like they're talking to the psyker, and it thinks that Ultix is like this saint.
Yes, that was cool.
And then he's like, what the fuck is it talking about? And then they get the reveal. It's like, oh yeah, they've been like chasing the bones like a beacon, which in my mind does explain how the Imperium got into the Ghost Twin, because they must have just used that as like a way to teleport into the Ghost Twin.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever. But
can I tell you my headcanon?
What is it?
So I was trying to figure and I was like, okay, well, what's the difference between like flayed ones and like other Necrons where they might be able to and like one is that they're like obviously mad.
Yeah,
and
they're
two
crazy.
is they've got their like sharp claws, and I was like, maybe there's some aspect of them that is like so like their psyche has gone to such a different state that they're almost able to like see the seams of reality, and then they use their super sharp claws to like cut almost through it. And then if there is a cut seam, then something else could follow through it.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, it's open for long enough for the Imperium to chase through. That's interesting.
Yeah, because they're just like following right behind. They just also enter.
I do love how Yennefer describes it, because Ultix is like, how do you do that? And he's like, I don't know. You just kind of do it.
Yeah.
You just kind of are in the place you want to be in.
You will yourself. It felt like, because also there's like an implication that the king specifically, Necrons believe that the king's like will
makes reality,
or Heka like makes reality. Yeah. And so like it's almost because Ultix is so paranoid, his own paranoia about what is going to happen.
Yeah, because they talk about that.
Yeah,
you're totally right. Is like, did Ultix's psyche manifest this to happen? Oh, that's such a good shit.
Now that's Shakespearean right there, right?
That's right.
Mm.
Oh my gosh. And then we get like the battle between the Space Marines, the Angels and Carmine. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
I had to go back because they started explaining the like, what's it called? The Black Rage. Black Rage. And I was like, are these Blood Angels? I don't think they said they were red.
The first couple that like showed up were red when they like lost a bunch of the lords because they shot through the fucking window. And then they like just open fired. But no, the Angels of Carmine are just Blood Angel successors. So they are still space vampires.
Very fun.
And the only notable difference between them and regular Blood Angels is that they're Death Company, which are like the chaplain that Ultix fought. With like the white armor that was so old that it looked like bone. Their Death Company, which is the guys lost to the Black Rage and have like gone insane. They wear white instead of black. Because there's like some lore thing that they saw this thing called the Sanguinor show up, and they were like, oh, that's awesome, that's blessed, so they just paint their armor white. But
cool.
But yeah, thank you, Chatter, bringing up. It's a good thematic pick to pick something that is like a Blood Angel, because they mirror exactly what happens with the curse.
Yes.
Which is because like Ultix stabs the chaplain in Terminator armor with his glaive, and then suddenly all of the other guys are like behind him. All the other Death Company are just going, Horus! Horus! And he's talking to the Scarab going like, what the fuck are they saying? They're like, they think you're this guy named Horus, and they think they're this guy called Sanguinius. I don't know, something about a staircase. They think they're on a different ship. And he's like, this is fucking weird.
They're crazy, my lord. They're
crazy. They're crazy. Oh, it's great. But yeah, the Angels of Carmine, I loved how the Space Marines were shown as being like horrifying. Like Ultix is able to handle them pretty handily, but that's also because like Ultix's thing is that he is strong. It's not that he's remarkably skilled with his glaive. It's that he's just really fucking tough. And then like he's fighting this chaplain and everything, but still like the chaplain's like punching him really fucking hard. And he's like, oh god. And like all the other Necrons are just like getting fucking ripped apart by these guys. And it's crazy because that's a combat scene between him and like 5 Space Marines. And like by the end of that scene, he's like, there's still like 12 on the ship.
Yeah.
And like I had I know someone who's talked about like they didn't really vibe that Ultix had like no stakes. Like they kind of felt like, oh well, Ultix is like he's gonna win because like he doesn't lose a single fight. But I thought about that for a while because I was like, I feel the threat isn't so much Ultix's life, it is how he is presenting himself, and moreover, how many of his subjects are going to be hurt and harmed.
Right.
And then we have the fight with the Dreadnought, which has also succumbed to the Black Rage, and boy howdy.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then he rips open, and it's just like a sack of meat.
Tuna.
Yeah, and then he sees like the guy the Space Marine who's barely alive inside this fucking walking coffin, and it's going like nang, 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 trying to bite him, and Ultix is like, bet, and just fucking.
Yeah,
that's an awesome scene.
Do you feel like that is when do you think the moment is that Ultix like has fully succumbed to the curse? Like do you think we see that moment?
I think there are a lot. The Space Marines invading definitely have a lot of moments where he's like just teetering on the edge. But I think like when Baraka is beating that Space Marine's head until it's like paste. Like throughout the entire book, Ultix is looking at gore happening and going like, it's weird that I don't feel grossed out by that. Anyway, and then he moves on. But the moment I think he fully falls is when he bites the Dreadnought. 100%.
Really? Okay.
I think that's the moment where he's just like, fuck it. And just, because it says like, I think the way it's specifically phrased is like, without consideration of who was watching him, he bit it.
Right. Right.
He let his freak flag fly.
Yes.
At last.
Finally.
Yeah, he finally accepted himself.
It's the point of no return, at least.
Right. Right.
And then he feels like some way about it. Like he feels immense shame, and that's why he goes out and is like, all right, Paquette, they're tracking me and the gold, so fuck it. And that's when he also decorates himself with a bunch of bones. And he's like, my people, I will go out in a heroic last stand and it'll be great. And he knows in his mind, he's like, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead. But if this can give them a chance to leave, then I'll take it.
Yeah.
How did he bite it without a jaw?
He tried really fucking hard.
Okay, he willed it.
Yes.
Because I
like
had
jammed his
like
incisors.
I was like, why? I would think when you're putting your bro in the Dreadnought, like he doesn't need his teeth anymore. Like not that.
I mean, when a Dreadnought is made, because not all Space Marines can be made into Dreadnoughts, so you have to be compatible. And basically, it's like sometimes a Dreadnought is like a heart and a brain, and sometimes it's like a guy with just a torso.
It's
in
as
his
much
head.
as they can get in there.
Yeah, it's literally all that's left. Because like a Space Marine will be ripped apart and have like an arm, maybe a leg, and like his torso and his head, and they're like, "Yep, put him in the Dreadnought."
Yeah,
put him in there.
Yeah, it was interesting that there was like almost like an amniotic sac.
Yeah, he's like wrapped in plastic and shit. It's gross.
It was the first time I feel like I've at least read a description of what's
is
going on inside.
It's gross.
It was fascinating. Like
it's just a bunch of meat.
Yeah.
Inside a little box that can walk around.
But like also it's like I was interested that it was able to still have a sense of like seeing and being aware of things from its own like physical body and not just being hooked into the robot itself.
Yeah.
Like once the robot was peeled away, it was still kind of like aware of what its body was seeing.
Yeah. It's probably why they're so fucking tough.
Yeah.
Because they're just walking like Space Marines are walking tanks, but dreadnoughts are like, what if we put a tank inside of a tank?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's
I'm looking
crazy.
at the interior of. I googled the interior, and wow, it's not good in there.
Nope. And people will look at you.
Ideal.
People look at you with a fucking straight face and be like, "Yo, Space Marines are awesome. They're the good guys of the setting." It's like, damn. Okay, man. But yeah, no, dreadnoughts they're very cool. Like they're very. I think they're very emblematic of like what 40K is all about, which is just like, you know, when dreadnoughts show up, like when you play Dawn of War and you click on a dreadnought to like produce and they deploy onto the field, they go like, "Even in death, I still serve." Like that's their whole deal.
Awesome.
They're marked for death, and to the point where they have enough of themselves still that this dreadnought previously in the battle was like red, and then when Ultix sees it later, it's white because it fell to the Black Rage. The fucking dreadnought went crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what, oh man, it's so crazy. I love it. I love it. And
It's also, it felt like a good allegory in a way for the Necrons, because it was like, at the end of the day, you're still that little bit of meat that you were.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Like
there's
you were
still a
never
little
quite
bit-
going to get away from it.
despite everything, it's still you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Boy, I love it. So after Ultix dies, and he has his
Bro, okay, I had my Audible on like the like end at like stop
end
at
of
the end of the
chapter,
chapter
yeah.
because I was like I might fall asleep or something.
Yeah.
And so it was like, and then he died.
Yes.
And I was like, is that the end of the book?
I got to. I was like, wow.
he died.
I thought the same thing.
He died twice. Oh my
Oh
god.
my gosh.
But then we had you know, his whole experience where like he's looking at a figure on the throne, and it's the figure that's been haunting him this entire time, and we find out that that's actually a reflection, that he's looking into a pool and he's seeing himself. And then we have like, you know, him like going through all these things, and we have like one of my favorite parts of Richard Reed's narration where he's just going, flesh, flesh, flesh. I'm like, yes, succumb, my baby boy, yes, be who you are.
That was a crazy sequence.
Yes,
Yeah.
it gets really weird, and I love it so much. And then he wakes up in the flesh pit.
Yeah, I was a little confused. That was one of the parts where I was a little like, how did we get from A to B?
Me too.
I guess the idea is that they crashed into the fucking ship, and then I guess they just tossed away Ultix and Packet and whatever was the ship. And like Imperium ships are so enormous,
Yeah.
that there are like whole societies of people that we saw, like the people hunting and scrounging throughout the little like meat pit, going like like they had like primitive spears and stuff, to the point where Ultix was like, am I like in hell? What is this? And then he looks up and is like, I'm on the fucking ship. Oh my god. Like they're impossibly huge.
Yeah, I was like, they must have had to like literally dismantle a planet to get the resources to build this ship.
Yeah, no, Imperium
Right.
ships are stupid big. They're like nonsensically huge. And then we have the conversation with Packet, and then we meet up again with Yenneck, who is fully flayed out, and he's huge.
Yes.
He's
in
doing the
his
tip
Flayed
tappies.
era.
And I love the detail that the tapping that Yenneck does is the code that Ultix and Yenneck had like throughout their whole lives, because they had a secret code that they would use, and he's tapping that code in, and Ultix just knows it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love it so much.
Yeah, that was a great moment. But like I said earlier, when he feels the tapping and he doesn't even have to turn around, I think that's
Yes,
that. I'm sorry. I like
they're so
hate to be
gay.
the guy. They're so gay, and it's so. That's like the closest thing I've seen to romance, I think, in
Yes.
all of my Warhammer dealings. I think that right there, I can just see him like looking, and then he feels the tapping on his back, and he closes his eyes and he blushes, and he's like, "Oh, it's him." You know.
With Robert Rath writing The Wicked and the Warp,
Maybe
and,
that's just
and
me.
me asking him, Robert, will there be yearning? And he liked that post. So I'm wondering
Stop!
if maybe Maybe.
Oh my god.
The sequel to the hit Infinite of the Divine may have some one-ups on this, but we'll have to see.
I need the yearning.
I need it so bad. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you. Out of like all of Warhammer, like there's not a whole lot of romance. It's one of those things that I think GW is kind of sitting on a gold mine where it's like, if you made a Warhammer romance, like even if it's a little cheesy, like keep it grimdark and whatever, like keep it violent if you want, but like come on.
That's just money on the floor. Come on, guys.
Pandora in chat says the reveal that a lot of the flayed ones aren't actually crazy, they're just disabled and have trouble communicating was a big whoa moment. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so cool because go ahead.
Even Ultix, when he meets up with Zoltanek and like the other lords, and he has to talk verbally, he has trouble.
Yeah.
He kind of talks like Neth for a little bit.
Yeah. I love the tapping aspect because like also it makes me go back to the first book and all the tapping that I think he hears Ultix hears in like the first chapter, and he's like, oh, what is this nonsense bullshit?
Tapping.
Boo.
And then like he goes to the planet with Jaceres and Unas on, and they're tapping on his leg, and he gets like freaked out. And like, but we know even from the first book that they have higher forms of communication, because there's that one moment where the angels in Carmine are like looking for Ultix, and he's like, they're gonna find me. Yeah, the fucking finger on lips, just
yeah.
It's like, that's fucking horrifying.
That was so spooky, and I love the tapping, because like it just it leads back to the previous books, but also. I love like that means like obviously they're capable of community and culture and just like it just makes it all the more tragic that everyone just tosses them away or hides them away and
they are the others
tombs or whatever. Yeah, wow.
And I love that
in cute, sweet gay tapping, like
when they're swarming the Imperium ship, and it's like the big triumphant moment of them just like. Essentially becoming a lawnmower through this like human ship.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I love it. But like Ultix sees the swarm of like flayed ones climbing. And he's like, everyone is so different, and every Necron here is unique, because the ones with like longer limbs are like jumping. And then the other ones who are like shorter limbed or different or can't jump or grab onto stuff, they're doing another thing. And he's like, there's no like order of command. It's just everybody is working together as one big not family, like a community. And it's,
because they accept awesome. and respect one another. And I love that moment when he looks into their eyes, or optics, but like they're kind of optics, like almost not though at this point. And he says he's like and instead of seeing like fear or like maybe or whatever his paranoia might dream up, all he saw was respect.
And before that, when he was looking into Yennekh's eyes, and there's even a point he goes like, I looked into Yennekh's eyes and they were eyes.
Yes,
and all
that's
I saw was sadness, because that was at the point where Ultix was still like not fully on board yet. But
right
after that, he turns around, he sees all the flayed ones like bowing, and he's like, oh, they were all here watching this happen. And like, yeah, it's incredible. I love how it was done. And then we have the fucking reveal that the mark of the flayed ones that they've been seeing in like the scratchings and the tombs and stuff, the meaning of it is deliverance.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's just
so cool.
Oh, it's so good.
Well, and I love that it's the deliverance glyph. Because that has like because I was like, and I looked it up, and apparently it has so many meanings for the Necrons. I guess it also means, allegedly, like, please tell me if this is wrong, but I guess it also means like mission complete, or like release of some kind. But I also see like the word deliverance is like, doesn't it also mean like grace
or freedom,
salvation, like the chatter says, acceptance, right? So I feel like it's like I bet Nate Crowley was sitting there just like tippy tappy typing away, being like, oh yeah, this is gonna fucking eat, like he was just like, yeah, because like it's so delicious and yummy. It's so yummy that it's the deliverance glyph. I think it's beautiful.
It's incredible. This book made me want to like start a Flayed One army, and then like a year or two later, like I'm assembling Carrie's Flayed Ones, and I'm like, nope.
Yeah, they're
Nope.
spiky.
They're a nightmare to put together. I think they should redo that kit.
I
think they need to redo that kit because putting them together fucking sucks.
I just had an image in my head of like an AMV play with like Flayed Ones and the song from Prince of Egypt being like, "Deliver us."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, whoa, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be so sick.
Be awesome.
So
be so good.
So this brings us to like the finale of the book, the epilogue that Carrie today, while we were like getting coffee and stuff in the morning, she looked at me and she was like, "You know what Nate Crowley does? He says epilogue, but he just writes a different chapter."
Yeah, okay, right? I'm like, wow, an epilogue, and it's 50 minutes long on the audiobook, bruh.
It's an epilogue, okay? Listen. So this brings us to the Bone Kingdom of Drazik. And we see that there's like white marble and it looks like stone that Ultix then describes like it's less of a city and more like a sculpture.
Yeah, but he also says it's like a heaven
Yes.
for the Flayed Ones.
For the Flayed Ones, yeah.
Because they can just run and bound around.
They can be free. And then he gets to the throne and there's a bone crown on it. And he's like, I can't remember exactly how it said, but it's like, it's either this has been here forever or it hasn't been picked up. Perhaps this is like, this has always been here, or perhaps it just came here. Like, so this goes into the thing. All right, this entire book is a bootstrap paradox.
Right.
It's a loop.
Yeah.
So Valgul, the Bone King, is Ultix.
Right.
And has always been Ultix.
Yeah.
And when they go in the Ghostwind, this is my theory. This is from the implication of the book. I think when they exit the Ghostwind to Drazik, they are like millions of years in the past.
Right.
Because by the time that Ultix and crew are like running around, the Bone Kingdom is like a myth. They don't believe it exists because it's so old.
Will you do me a favor? Will you elaborate on what the bootstrap paradox is? Because I looked it up and I just want to be sure.
From what I understand, it's a just a closed loop. Like it I think when I looked it up to make sure that my description was correct, like a couple hours ago, I was like, oh, it's like a casual loop. Now I'm not a
It's a causal loop.
A causal loop.
So basically, it's like in a time travel story, it's when you cause yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Because like oh, go ahead.
No, yeah, just so it's basically
Carrie
it
knows
would
more
have been
about time travel stuff than
impossible
me.
for this not to happen, because in order for it to happen, or because in order for the causal relationship is circular.
In order for Valgul to exist, Ultix would have had to go on this grand exodus.
Yeah.
And for Ultix to exist, Valgul would have had to exist.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Fry from Futurama says Chatter. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, you're your own grandpa. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. Just checking. Okay.
Yeah, so Valgul is Ultix and Ultix is Valgul the entire time.
Which, so was he seeing Valgul?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was seeing Ultix because then when he dies and he sees like what I thought was Drazik, and he sees the throne, and then he sees like this figure staring down at him, and then he realizes that it's him, and he's looking at a reflection. That to me is like, you are Valgul.
Yeah.
When Ultix dies, when he dies twice, and he becomes the twice-dead king, he has become Valgul, the Bone King.
Right.
So awesome.
Because they keep talking about they're like, Ultix is dead. And so my theory is that in him going to Drazik and picking up that crown, he has become Valgul.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. And I love it.
What if the crown just hadn't fit? It'd suck.
Oops.
Okay.
But he could wear it on tilted to the side, a tiny crown. Yeah, like little dude.
But how would the crown be there? This is the mystery.
Yeah, exactly.
How would the crown be there? Was it always there? Why was it always there? What is Drazik? Where did Drazik come from? Who knows?
Who built this city?
Who built this city?
We built this city.
Who knows? On rock and roll.
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
Well,
I'm looking up pictures of Volgul, and he's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, if Volgul ever got a model, I would love that. So this brings me to something else. There is a faction in Age of Sigmar, and I'll put a picture in the Discord for you, Paige.
Yeah, let's see.
One moment. They're called the Flesh Eater Courts, and their whole thing. Let me grab like an actual art piece, not the model. Okay. This is the image. All right. Could you describe what you see?
Holy.
I see a kind of hard to describe. It looks like, so there's a mirror and there's like an orky looking guy, like a vampire-y orky looking guy looking at a mirror, and Jesus is in it.
Okay. So this is yes, you're on the right track. This is a ghoul.
Oh, okay, excuse me, a ghoul.
This is a ghoul, and they're like in Warhammer, they're ghouls and vampires are kind of the same thing.
Kind of looks
okay,
like
right.
What, you remember that show Gargoyles?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a vampire, right?
Oh, it looks like Brooklyn.
But in the mirror,
mm-hmm.
that is also him. And that's what he sees.
That's what he thinks.
So
he
the
looks like.
thing is that the Flesh Eater Courts have a thing called the Great Delusion.
Mm-hmm.
They're all horrible flesh-eating ghouls and vampires and stuff, but they believe themselves to be noble knights, lords and ladies, and peasants shit.
When they look at each other, though, do they only see like how fancy and
Yes.
cool? Oh, wow.
They are all under the delusion. It's incredible. And again, very Flayed One coded. You know? Like it's not exactly 1-to-1, but like it's very similar in that it is what they see is not necessarily what we see, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you buy their army book, and again, they're like ghouls with like blood and gore and guts and stuff all over them, like hella body horror, right?
Right.
And when you open their army book, their army mechanic is something called Noble Deeds. And you go on like great quests with your knights and squires.
Oh, wow.
And it's incredible.
Noble
I
deeds.
love them.
I love that. That's cool.
They're really, really cool. And Age of Sigmar has a couple stories where like the delusion can spread to other people.
Oh no.
Like it is a infection. So people will eventually like start to become vampires. Like they had an army book in 3rd edition where there was a guy who was abducted. He was a human, and he was abducted into the courts, and somehow they were able to communicate with him. And they were like, "You are an artist. You are going to draw our lords and ladies, and you're going to depict them beautifully. You know, like you have no choice, right?" And
yeah.
And through the army book, you're flipping through it, and he has like all these writings going like, "Ugh, I will not shy away from how horrifying these monsters are." And slowly, as you flip through the pages, they're becoming more and more human. And by the end of it, it's not even like a horrible monster. It's just a guy wearing like noble clothes and stuff. And it's like, I was a fool to ever think these monsters. Look at this great and powerful lord. I'm so thankful that he took me into his service.
Oh, cool.
It's awesome. It's
That's so
sick.
fun.
And I think Flayed Ones in 40K should be more like that. I want to have more books where they're just kind of like, not necessarily 1-to-1, but like that whole deal that what they do is like horrific, but they're like, yeah, this is like a Tuesday. Like, you know, it doesn't affect them. It's like when Ultix and Yannick have their meal, that's what he describes it as. It's not like, and then we gorged ourselves on the disgusting guts. It's like, and then I sat and had a lovely meal with Yannick, my best friend. And it's like, oh, okay.
Sometimes you just gotta eat a guy, you know? With your friend.
Sometimes 5 feet apart. We're not gay.
Not gay.
Not gay.
5 feet apart. Just enough room for the Lord, you know?
Oh, just enough. I love God.
Hey, so unfortunately, I have to go in like 5 minds. I'm so sorry.
No, we're at the end.
Forgot to let you know. I'm so sorry.
All good. Were any closing thoughts from you gals? I've pretty much said everything I've needed to say.
I didn't not like the book. The book is very good. It's extremely long. For I mean, it's not extremely long. I've read much longer books, but it just there's so much
happening all the time.
Yeah, and they fought. And by the way, they fought again. And though it's super cool, I'm also just like, okay, yes, and then because but that's I'm very biased. I like a lot of conversation and introspection and like character stuff. And there was plenty of that, which I loved. Overall, I think it is a very good book. I don't like it as much compared to Ruined and of course the greatest book ever, Infinite and Divine, which, oh my gosh, is getting a sequel. Oh so excited.
Well, we're definitely going to be doing a book club on the show with that.
Oh,
Absolutely.
cool. Wicked and the Warped. Very exciting.
Yes. Carrie, closing thoughts.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same place. Like, it's certainly worth a read.
Yeah, I think for ending Ultix's story, it is... You need... I wouldn't say it's required reading, but like it kind of is, you know what I mean? Like... You could read Ruin, and that's it.
Yeah, but like, I'm glad there's a bit more. I just, I could have narrowed it down a little bit, but I did really enjoy it. I thought the payoff was really great. I'd love to one day revisit Ultix, whether it be a continuation or just like an add-on into other aspects of his story we haven't seen. But yeah, I thought like as a like a duo book, I really enjoyed the two.
Yep. I'm pretty much in the same place. I think Ruin is definitely better. I love these books very dearly though. I think the one thing I'd say is that Rain could have been a little shorter. I think that's my biggest critique. But overall, I think it's incredible. Nate Crowley, I would love to see more stuff Necron-wise from him. Love how he writes these sad robots. Love
poor sad gay robots.
Poor sad gays. Ugh. Okay. Well, Paige, would you please tell our lovely people where they can find you before you have to go?
You can find me at twitch.tv/peach saliva. It's not what you think. I always have to tell people that because the username is kind of gross. And I did not realize that when I made it.
That's all good.
And right now I'm playing Mass Effect 2 and it's super fun. And we're doing that. I'm probably going to start that up again tomorrow. And it is wonderful. Having a blast. And that's what I'm doing.
Hell yeah. Okay, well, guys, thank you all for coming on by. If you are watching this on YouTube or Spotify, be sure to give us a like and subscribe and all those YouTube pleasantries and so on and so forth. You can support us over on Patreon at patreon.com/numbskulls or check out our merch at orchidate.com/collection/numbskulls. Also, let's do an announcement for our next book club for next month. Are you ready? Carrie, what is it? On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dante!
It's Dante!
I almost said Dante's Inferno, but not that one. We're going old school.
It's the book Dante by... Oh, gosh, I didn't have this pulled up yet. 1 minute. Dante by Guy Haley. It is following the story of the... not Primarch, oh my god. The chapter master of the Blood Angels, Louis Dante, who it goes throughout his whole life, starting from a child, from before he was a Space Marine to becoming a Space Marine. And we're gonna not do a solid date on that yet, but we're gonna try to get it out sometime in August. Keep an eye on our social media to see updates on that. So thank you all very much for coming on by. Be sure to check out Peach Saliva and have a wonderful day. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.